Welcome to our list of the top 10 romantic Joseon historical K-dramas to watch. Get ready to be swept away in time with these unforgettable stories of love, intrigue, and political turmoil. Love in the Moonlight unfolds against the backdrop of the Joseon dynasty. The story revolves around Hong Ra-on, a young woman who disguises herself as a man to survive in a patriarchal society. As she navigates her way through various challenges, she encounters Crown Prince Lee Yong. Unaware of her true identity, the Crown Prince becomes close friends with Ra-on, leading to a complex web of relationships, secrets, and political intrigues. The moon embracing the sun is set during the Joseon era and follows the love story between King Li Huan and a shaman named Wal. As a young prince, Li Huan falls in love with a young girl named Yeon Woo, but she suddenly dies under mysterious circumstances. Devastated by her death, Li Huan becomes a cold and distant king. However, years later, he meets a woman who bears a striking resemblance to Yeon Woo and is revealed to be her long-lost twin sister, Wal. As the two fall in love, they must navigate the dangers of court politics and the threat of a powerful enemy who seeks to destroy the royal family. The Tale of Nakdu is a South Korean historical romantic comedy television drama that aired in 2019. The story revolves around a young man named Jeon Nakdu, who lives in the Joseon dynasty era. After an incident forces him to flee his home, he disguises himself as a woman and enters a village that is inhabited entirely by widows. There, he meets a young woman named Dong Dong-ju, who is determined to find out why Nakdu is in the village, and they fall in love. "100 Days, My Prince" is a South Korean historical romantic comedy drama that tells the story of Lee Yul, a Joseon prince who loses his memory after an assassination attempt and ends up living as a commoner for 100 days. During this time, he meets and falls in love with Hong Shim, a strong-willed woman who runs a detective agency with her father. With Hong Shim's help, Lee Yul must uncover the truth behind the assassination attempt and reclaim his rightful place as prince, all while facing growing feelings of love and loyalty to the woman who has captured his heart. Mr. Queen follows the story of Jang Bong-hwan, a modern-day chef who works at the Blue House, the residence of the South Korean president. After a freak accident, Bong-hwan finds himself transported back in time to the Joseon era, where he inhabits the body of Queen Shirin. Bong-hwan uses his knowledge of modern cuisine to win over the palace staff and eventually become a trusted advisor to the king. Along the way, he develops a complicated relationship with the queen's husband, King Cheoljong, and uncovers a conspiracy to overthrow the royal family. The king's affection follows the story of a young woman named Kim So-young who discovers that she has a twin brother who was abandoned at birth and grew up to become the crown prince of Joseon. Despite the risks, she decides to take her brother's place and disguise herself as him in order to protect her country and her loved ones. Along the way, she faces many challenges and dangers as she struggles to maintain her secret identity and navigate the complex politics of the royal court. As she spends more time in her brother's shoes, she begins to develop feelings for the prince's close advisor, who becomes her confidant and ally in her quest to maintain her deception. Moon Lovers, Scarlet Heart Rio follows a modern-day woman named Go Ha-jin, who is transported back in time to the Goryeo dynasty, where she becomes involved in the politics and power struggles of the royal court. Go Ha-jin takes on the identity of Hai-soo and finds herself caught up in the complicated relationships between the various princes vying for the throne. She becomes romantically involved with the fourth prince, Wang So, who is initially feared and ostracized due to his facial scar, but who later becomes a powerful and respected figure. As Hai-soo navigates the dangerous political landscape of the Goryeo court, she becomes embroiled in love triangles, family feuds, and tragic events that threaten to tear her apart. Lovers of the Red Sky tells the story of Hong Chien-ki, a talented female painter, becomes the first woman admitted to the esteemed Joseon, the Korean Royal Academy of Painting. Her encounter with Haram, an officer in charge of astronomy and other sciences, becomes a pivotal moment. Despite Haram's blindness, a deep connection forms between them, and as their love story unfolds, it intertwines with the rich tapestry of Joseon's historical and mystical elements. Lovers of the Red Sky promises a captivating journey through art, romance, and the supernatural. The Red Sleeve Cuff is set in the Joseon dynasty and revolves around the romantic relationship between the king of Joseon, who is devoted to his country, and a court lady who is determined to protect her own life and interests. As the king struggles to balance his love for the court lady with his duty to his country, the two find themselves caught up in political intrigue and must navigate the dangerous waters of the royal court to protect themselves and their love. The TV series explores themes of duty, loyalty, and the conflict between personal desires and the demands of the state. The Crowned Clown tells the story of a king who fears for his life and hires a clown to impersonate him in public appearances and ceremonies. The clown, Hassan, who looks exactly like the king, takes on the role and finds himself caught up in palace politics and intrigue. As he navigates the dangerous world of the court, Hassan begins to realize the true cost of his role and the sacrifices he will need to make to protect those he cares about. In an unexpected turn of events, the queen finds herself falling for the charming clown, setting the stage for a captivating journey as they navigate the complexities of their burgeoning romance.